Save and low latency. We're almost live. Cool. Manage broadcast. Select
there you go. We're live. Lovely.
Select broadcast
Cool.
and start streaming. And we're almost live. There you go. We're live. Lovely. Cool. Let's just make a start. Hello everyone. Welcome back to the Ball Knowledge Podcast. As always, I am your host, Sman, and joined once again by Aslam. No, MK. Yeah. Oh yeah, the gym on Tuesday. Yeah. Cool. Let's just make a start. Hello everyone. Welcome back to the Ball Knowledge Podcast. As always, I am your host, Sman, and joined once again by Aslam. No, MK.
I think so.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the gym on Tuesday.
How has sports been for you for the past week?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's quite a quick one.
Lovely.
Respect about Pakistan, Liverpool won. Got a nice draw in the Champions League, and the Knicks won, so that was nice.
Famished.
Lovely.
I think so.
Alright, let's talk.
As
We'll
how
start
has
off
sports
with
been for you
football. We'll start
for
off
the
in
past
Premier
week?
League. We'll go.
We battered Arsenal 2-0. Easy victory.
Lovely.
Never in doubt.
Yeah.
And at the weekend, we beat Brighton 2-0.
Yeah, battered them. Never
Lovely.
in doubt.
Alright,
2-0.
let's
I
talk.
don't need to speak
We'll
about
start
it.
off with football. We'll start off in the Premier
So
League.
Man United beat Tottenham 3-2.
We'll go for.
We also saw. Yeah. We also saw Crystal
And at the
Palace
weekend,
hold
we
Manchester
beat
City to a
Brighton
0-0 draw
2-0.
on Monday night.
That was so boring and yet so fun.
What a game by Crystal Palace. Incredible scenes.
We saw Man United beat Tottenham 3-2.
Get a 2-run homer.
We also saw. Yeah.
What's it called?
We also saw
Spring
Crystal
break.
Yeah,
Palace hold
that's
Manchester
right,
City to a 0-0 draw on Monday
It was
night.
so good. This is his year.
What a game by Crystal Palace.
Now, because Manchester
Incredible
City drew
scenes.
0-0 with Crystal Palace and we did beat Arsenal midweek, Liverpool are a point behind Manchester City.
Oh, is it the,
Both played
what's it
29
called?
games. Manchester City on 70, Liverpool on
Yeah.
69.
That started today.
Which
The title's
makes
in our hands.
the game on the 10th of April, Liverpool versus Manchester City at the Etihad
Now,
Stadium.
because Manchester City
must
drew
win.
0-0 with
All
Crystal
games
Palace
from
and
now
we
on are a
did
must
beat
win.
Arsenal
If we
midweek,
win the rest of the
Liverpool
games
are a
this
point
season,
behind
we
Manchester
win the
City.
league.
Both played 29 games.
Pretty much
Manchester
it's
City
back
on
in our
70,
hands.
Liverpool on
Yeah.
69.
I mean, it's in
Which
both of our hands
makes
at this point, but at least we can
The
say
game
if we do
on the
everything we
10th
can
of
do,
April,
City don't
Liverpool
have a chance,
versus Manchester City at the
Literally.
Etihad Stadium.
because we would have won
A
anything,
must win.
but
All
And
games
we
from
have
now on are
much
a
harder
must win.
running as well.
If we win the rest
Exactly,
of the
so that's
games this
even better.
season,
yeah,
we win the league.
we just love to make stuff harder for ourselves, I guess.
Yeah.
Then behind us, Chelsea, 10 points behind us with the game in hand on 59. And then the top four race,
Yeah. And we have a much harder
Arsenal
run
sit
as well.
fourth with 27 games played on 51 points, followed by United 29 games and West Ham 29 games on 50 and 48 respectively. And then Tottenham 28 games.
Then
48
behind
points.
us, Chelsea, 10 points behind us with the game in hand on 59.
I
And then the
mean,
top four
Arsenal
race.
have- Arsenal's games
Arsenal
have-
sit fourth with 27 games
decided
played on
we've got
51
Chelsea as
points,
well now.
followed
Yeah.
by United 29 games and
Yeah,
West
Chelsea
Ham
and
29
Spurs,
games
right?
on 50 and
did, yeah.
48 respectively. And then
So,
Tottenham 28
if
games,
Spurs continue their
48 points.
little run, then they might make it interesting. But as always, top four is just about who's less crap than each other.
Yeah. In the relegation battle, Brentford secured
Yeah.
a massive win at the weekend, beating
Was it
Burnley
Chelsea and
2-0 at
Spurs,
home.
right? Their games in hand.
So did Thingy, Everton.
Yeah, Everton yesterday. In the 99th minute, Alex Iwobi scoring a winner to beat Newcastle at Goodison.
What way?
Everton now sit
In
17th
the
with
relegation
7
battle,
games and 25
Brentford
points, 3
secured a
points ahead of
massive win at the
Watford,
weekend,
18th,
beating Burnley 2-0 at home.
who they have to face They also have to face Burnley.
Yeah, Everton yesterday.
Everton's run
In the
of games
99th minute, Alex
is
Iwobi
fucking
scoring a winner to beat
ridiculous.
Newcastle at
Going into
Goodison.
the end of the season.
That's what we like to see.
Everton
Yeah.
now sit 17th
West Ham,
on
Manchester United,
27
Leicester,
games,
Liverpool,
25
Chelsea,
points,
Leicester again,
3 points
Brentford,
ahead of
Arsenal.
Watford in 18th,
Bruv, no one
who
cares
they
about
have to face.
freaking
They also have to face
Bridget.
Burnley, but Everton's run of games is fucking ridiculous going
Oh, yeah.
into the end of the season. Yeah. West Ham, Manchester United, Leicester, Liverpool, Chelsea, Leicester again, Brentford, Arsenal.
Oh no.
Ah.
Oh, I thought you froze.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh shit, he's just frozen and I've been left.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm sorry. We did talk about Premier League. We'll move on to. We'll get the FA Cup out of the way just for you.
We've got Nottingham Forest. That'll be very hard.
Yeah.
Put the youngsters out.
No, I'm sorry.
Southampton got Man City.
That should be a good
Hopefully
game.
They do something. Chelsea have a game.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Middlesbrough on Saturday night.
We did talk about
away.
Premier League. We'll move on to. We'll get the FA Cup out of the way.
That's
just for you.
That's for.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Next is a trip to Wembley.
I don't like that.
That should be a good game.
Wembley should be the final. Wembley should never be the semi-final. It's so dumb.
Middlesbrough on Saturday night away.
Today, so they don't get a clean sheet. They get a clean
That's
sheet.
it. It's that's for.
I'm in the money.
Yeah,
I
quarterfinals.
have what,
Next
guaranteed
is a
at
trip
least
to Wembley.
If they will get a yellow card,
I think
15 points.
I have Cody, so if Cody scores a hat trick, I'm set for this weekend.
Yeah, somehow I don't think that's happening. Just saying. The Knicks are doing it.
Who, if we do beat Nottingham Forest at the weekend, who do you want to face? Ideally.
I think I have Cody, so if Cody scores a hat trick, I am set for this weekend.
City, I guess. City will be fun.
Not be the winner of Palace Everton.
If we do
I'd rather
beat
take out one of the big
Nottingham
boys
Forest at the weekend, who do you want to face?
than save it all and hope that
Ideally.
someone else takes them out.
Yep.
Otherwise, like, better have a difficult run that keeps you in that every game.
Not be the winner of Palace Everton.
Then go into one game thinking that it's going to be easier and then get shat on.
Yep.
That's just the way I see it. Anyway.
Earlier today. Not earlier this morning, but earlier this afternoon. The draws for the European competitions occurred.
We've got Benfica.
Yes, Liverpool drew Benfica away in the quarterfinal, and if we win, we go on to face the winner of Bayern Munich
earlier
versus
today.
Villarreal.
Not earlier this morning, but earlier this afternoon.
The winner of
The
Manchester
draws for the
City
European
Atletico
competitions occurred.
and the winner of Chelsea versus Real Madrid until the
Yes,
final.
Liverpool drew Benfica away in the quarterfinal, and if we win, we go on to face the winner of Bayern Munich versus Villarreal, meaning we avoid the winner of Manchester City Atletico and the winner of Chelsea versus Real Madrid until the final.
Twice this season, but I don't know. I just think Chelsea in the semis.
Yeah.
Like they're a cup side. They found their form with Havertz as the 9. You know, I think City will beat them. I don't know why. I just have this feeling.
Guardiola has to sit through 360 minutes of Simeone and then Tuchel ball.
Yeah, that I thought. I mean, Chelsea now play some pretty decent football. Let's be real.
Yeah.
We can't guide them too much. They found their groove and they look like the Chelsea of the start of the season and like the end of last season.
Guardiola has to sit through 360 minutes of Simeone and then
I don't know
Tuchel
if
ball.
I should go with so much confidence about the 5-minute final, but I did say at the start of the season I thought we'll win the Champions League, so you know, that will be fun.
I think I had us or us or PSG winning it, only because it was like, oh, the PSG team on paper looked like they should win it.
Yeah, I think I always said that PSG should, but I don't think they will.
Yeah. In the Europa League, Leipzig versus Atalanta face the winner of Braga
I think I had
Rangers
us or
in the semis, and then winner of
us or
West
PSG
Ham
winning
Lyon
it.
versus
Only
Frankfurt
because
or
it was
Barcelona.
like,
the PSG team on paper
Yeah, so,
look like they should win it.
West Ham Barca is what we're seeing here on the cards.
Yeah, what a semi-final that would be.
in the Europa League,
The West Ham players
Leipzig versus Atalanta face the winner of Braga
Frankfurt.
Rangers
Lyon
in the semis, and
Yeah,
winner of
and
West
Barcelona-
Ham Lyon versus
I mean, they're
Frankfurt
looking
or
good right now,
Barcelona.
so they'll get past Frankfurt. We'll have a fun semi-final. Where West Ham will
what a
hopefully-
semi-final that would be.
Final? Or do you not care?
I just want West Ham and thingy.
I want West Ham and Rangers in the final.
Lyon.
Rangers can get to a final. Rangers are so weird. Like, there's teams that I'm like, yeah, Rangers should win, and they lose to, and then they beat Dortmund. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Who do you want in the final?
So weird.
We talk about Anfield being a point for Liverpool. The Ibrox is going to be so important for
West Ham
Rangers
and Rangers
now.
in the final.
I mean, didn't they lose yesterday at the Ibrox?
No, they lost away at Belgrade.
Oh, my bad. So I was
Won
like,
3-0 at the Ibrox, I think.
Yeah.
yes, very. I mean, what was it? Tavernier.
We
Yeah,
talk
Aaron
about
Ramsey
Anfield being a
there
point
as
for
well.
Liverpool. The
I
Ibrox
forgot
is going
he
to be
was
so
there.
important for Rangers
Hasn't
now.
really done anything. Flipping Welsh.
No, they lost away at Belgrade. And then I will talk about the. I'll
3-0 at the
get the
Ibrox, I think.
Conference League one out of the way.
No,
It
no Conference League, right? The only thing that
Yeah.
matters, right, is Jose Mourinho saying that. What do you say? He was like-
Sorry.
Yeah, he was like, I'm annoyed that I have to play tonight while Lazio players
And
are
then
smoking
I will talk
outside.
about
The guy still
I'll
pulls out
get
some
the
funny
Conference League
one-liners.
one out of the way.
But I don't even like Leicester made it
It
through the
would-
Conference League. Good for them. Roma made it through.
Leicester would face Roma in the semi-final, given they both win their quarter-final games, leaving
Sorry.
Marseille open on the other side of the draw.
Well, I want Leicester to win it just because European coefficient, but if they lose, I wouldn't be surprised. And Ronnie is like the biggest bottle job in the league.
Didn't
Roma
facing
Leicester would
Bodo
face
Glimt.
Roma in the semi-final,
Didn't they
given they
lose
both win their
6-0 to them?
quarter-final games,
In the
leaving
group
Marseille
stages.
open on the other side of the draw.
Actually, no. Roma versus Glimt. Yeah, 6-1.
Yeah.
My God.
What a game that was.
Also drew with them
Didn't,
at home, so
Roma facing
that's
Bodo
worrying.
Glimt.
Yeah.
Didn't they
Roma,
lose
I guess.
6-0 to them in the group stages?
I find it funny that non-Liverpool fans only just started rating Joe Matip. I mean, I told people that he was better
We've been
than
doing it for years.
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, certain
What a game that
that have
was.
appeared on the podcast told me that I was crazy for putting him above Harry Maguire.
Oh,
But,
I had him above
I'd
Maguire
rather
this
have
season we
him.
won the league.
This provides more protection than Harry Maguire. Fucking bottle of water that opened like 4 months ago. So shit.
We've been doing it
Speaking
for
of
years.
Liverpool,
Mohamed Salah, his contract is the big news when it comes to Liverpool transfer stuff.
I had him above Maguire this season we won the league.
I'm not really too fast anymore. If you have as long as you have a good successor plan, if you're not going to pay him, then that's great.
Speaking of
If
Liverpool,
you are going to pay him, then pay him. Otherwise,
Mohamed Salah,
I'm not too
his
fussed.
contract is the big news when it
I'm not
comes
gonna
to
be one of
Liverpool
those,
transfer
pay the man
stuff.
whatever he wants, because I see both sides of it. Like Salah's producing at a high level, even though he's dipped recently. But he's also 29, and they don't want to mortgage the future for a player that might. This is an important word. Might dip and not produce at the same level. But the Salah is also producing probably his best footballs ever at his oldest age. So you want to pay him. If
I
you don't-
think I saw we won't. I think the original figure that people have been talking about was 400k.
Yeah.
Is what Salah wanted, but I think I've been seeing recently that they're willing, or they're going to offer 300 and something k and bonuses on top.
Yeah, I think that.
I
mean,
think
the
so.
bonuses, if he's clever, he would
Well,
take it.
I think the
The
original
old contract
figure that people have
had a
been
load of
talking
bonuses
about
that
was
put him at,
400k,
250,
is what Salah wanted.
300 anyway.
But I think I've been
And
seeing
like, then he got
recently
a new
that they're
one, and
willing,
it took all the
or they're
bonuses out,
going
and
to
he was like, I
offer
want the guaranteed,
300 and
like,
something
straight money,
k
but it's
and
like, the
bonuses on
will
top.
give you more, you bozo. Like, come on, man. Have you frozen?
I think I've frozen, but you can still hear me, so it's okay.
Yeah, as long as you can hear.
I'll turn my camera off for now, and then we'll go back to it later. Yeah.
Don't worry, I will carry the visual portion.
Yes.
The very few viewers we have.
Well, last week the MLB came out of his lockout. I think I've frozen, but you can still hear me, so it's okay.
And everything's happening, bro.
Yeah, I'll turn my camera off now, and then we'll go back to it later.
Dodgers, it seems. That's about it. To be honest, I don't remember anyone else.
Who did you get? Well, last week the MLB came out of his lockout.
Reliever. He starts with a V.
And
he got destroyed by the Astros.
Yeah.
I saw it in
Fucking hell, yeah.
They were like, so I was like, okay, you prick. Let's just wait until we dunk on you.
Who did you get?
Yeah, we got him. Freeman to the Dodgers, it seems.
That's really fucking annoying.
There's another. The Chris Bryant to the Rockies.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then
like 7 years.
It looks like we might. Oh, we got Jock Peterson, which is pretty cool.
I don't know who that is.
Bloody Tatis Jr. is out for the start
really
of the season.
fucking
He's got a wrist injury.
Oh yeah. I was like, what are you talking
Yeah,
about? Glad
and then
Junior has
it looks like
even better
we
than last
might.
year.
Oh, we got Jock
He was already insane
Peterson,
last year. Who got the
which is
MVP?
pretty cool. Let me check.
Was it Otani?
Bloody Tatis
yeah.
Jr. is
I
out
think
for the
there's two
start of the
MVPs,
season.
isn't it?
He's got a wrist injury.
Oh. What about for the other side?
My mind is telling me Bryce Harper, but I know it's not Bryce Harper. Yeah, it was Bryce Harper. Yeah.
How did he get it?
He had a good end of the season. Let me check.
Yeah. Come on, man.
He ended quite strong, to be fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I did win his two
valuable
MVPs,
players
innit?
throughout the season. Come on, people.
Who should it have been?
My
Mine is
Whoever
going
else
to be
is-
Bryce
I don't
Harper,
think there
but I
was
know it's not
much
Bryce Harper. Yeah, it was
going
Bryce Harper.
against it being Bryce
He had a
Harper,
good end of the season.
but because no one actually really stood out last season
He ended quite strong, to be fair.
in the National League.
I mean,
Who should it have been?
I find it funny that Strowman was coming out. saying
I don't think there was
he
much
was like,
going
they won't be able
against
to
it
replace me, you know.
being Bryce Harper, but because no one
actually
actually really stood out last season.
You got a literal nutcase
in
to
the
replace
National
a
League.
nutcase.
Yep.
Yeah, that seems about right. I don't. The only thing is, I don't want to look at Max Scherzer's face, because then I'd look at his eye and I'm like, ew,
Oh yeah.
I don't want to look at that. But he's so funny. He's like pitching and he's talking to himself, swearing at himself for being bad or not getting it completely right. And I'm like, that's such a contrast to our other pitcher, DeGrom. He's like the best, and he's just like the most cool, calm, and collected guy ever. I didn't even hear about DeGrom throughout this entire off-season. Right, he said nothing. He just goes off into like the mountains and lives life. I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right.
DeGrom saying that he's going to opt out of his contract at the end of the season.
Yeah, he's coming back to us. It's fine.
Yeah. Colts safety George Odom is signing with the 49ers for 3 years.
He's shit.
And 10 million for 3 years.
Yeah, it's because he's crap.
DeGrom saying that he's going to opt out of his
It's good,
contract at the end of the season.
Back up for where we
Yeah.
really struggled last season.
Colts safety
He's
George
got
Odom
to-
is signing with the
he's got
49ers for 3
yesterday.
years.
In a very weird
And
trade.
10
Adams went to the
10 million
Ravens.
for
Yeah,
3
what
years.
the fuck?
He
Apparently-
I guess he wanted to be with his best friend Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Which is like, okay,
It's
apparently
good,
Rodgers knew about it, but Rodgers
back
is
up
getting
for
his bag
Where
anyway.
we really struggled
I mean,
last
they
season.
could.
There's a lot
safety.
of good wide receiver talent out there for them to get anyway.
Yeah, but like,
There's Adams.
It's the one that, like,
what the
he's
fuck?
basically their offense, really.
Yeah.
Or their receiving one, because even if he's not receiving the ball, you have that threat. So it takes away attention from everyone else and opens them up. So it's
I mean, they could.
interesting seeing how
There's a
they
lot
cope with
of
that.
good wide receivers.
Rafinha is not in the matchday
anyway.
squad for Leeds.
Is Adams.
Oh, okay. I was like confident. I was like, what does that mean for me, though?
Well, speaking of Adams, the Raiders have made a lot of great moves this offseason. The AFC West is fucking stacked.
Rafinha is not in the matchday squad for Leeds.
Raiders, Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos.
I mean, what's the Chargers? I mean, I know the Broncos.
Other than the Chargers, everyone else, the Chiefs are stacked anyway.
Well,
The Raiders have
speaking
made a lot
of
moves.
Adams, the Raiders
And
have
the
made a
Broncos
lot of
getting
great
Russell
moves this
Wilson is a
offseason.
big move.
The
I'm
AFC
very
West
pissed
is
at the
fucking
Chiefs
stacked
losing.
now.
Last year,
Raiders,
Bengals,
Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos.
even though LA owns San Francisco, as we've discussed.
Other than the Chargers, everyone else,
I
the
don't
Chiefs
like
are
the
stacked
Rams
anyway.
either.
The Raiders have made a lot of good moves.
And if the Chiefs
And
were
then
there, they
the
would have
Broncos
wiped the
getting
Rams.
Russell
Let's be
Wilson is
real.
a
I
big
mean,
move.
all you need is a competent. Actually, to be fair, all you need is a competent O-line, and it's not like the Chiefs have that either. To be honest. Shit, that-
Speaking of the Chiefs, there's one standout safety that hasn't been signed to a team yet. Nor I don't think I've seen any news of him going anywhere yet. Yeah, Matthew.
Oh my God! Look at this NFL knowledge from me. I'm so good.
I know. Apparently, the Ravens were looking at him, but then the Ravens signed someone else yesterday. I can't remember.
Speaking
who
of
it
the
was.
Chiefs, there's
But
one
it's at the
standout
safety, so it
safety
doesn't
that
look
hasn't
like
been
they're
signed
gonna
to a
go for
team
Terry
yet.
Matthew.
Nor I don't think I've seen any
This is so odd.
news of him going anywhere yet.
So I'm reading manga.
Yeah, Matthew.
And the girl, she's like incredibly in love with the main guy.
I know.
And
Apparently,
she's like,
the
"Tell me,
Ravens
hero,"
were
'cause she's
looking
a
at him,
villain.
but then the
Like,
Ravens
"Tell
signed
me,
someone
hero,
else
what do you
yesterday. I
want
can't
to do
remember
to
who it
me?"
was.
And I'm like, what do you
But
mean?
it's at the safety, so it doesn't look like
so
they're going to go
weird.
for
She's
Terry
like
Matthew.
coming out and telling him that she wants to make him her boyfriend, and he's like, no. Manga is so funny. Oh my God, this
Oh.
is brilliant.
Another not free agent, but another person who hasn't been signed to a team yet, and looks like they will be moving from their current team. Deshaun Watson
Oh, he's odd.
is between the Falcons and the Saints, it seems.
I low-key want him to do like make a decision type show with
Like LeBron.
like LeBron. And be
Oh,
like, yeah, I'll make my
Another
decision today,
not
boys.
free
Have a bunch of
agent,
kids
but
in
another
the
person
background.
who
Be
hasn't
like,
been
yeah,
signed to a team yet.
whichever,
and looks like they will be
whichever
moving from their
team
current
I
team.
pick,
Deshaun
all you
Watson.
kids are coming with me. What?
It's between the Falcons and the Saints, it seems.
I genuinely, I said in the middle of the season to you, like, and specifically Favor, I do see Baker Mayfield as the starting quarterback of the Texans next season.
But he's shit.
And it'd be so fucking funny if it happens, because I know Favor hates him.
Yeah, but he's shit.
Yeah, and they hate him in Texas as well. Cause he
I
was on the road.
genuinely- I
racist,
said
like-
in the middle of the season to you, like, and specifically Favor, I do see
Like, I don't
Baker
know why you're
Mayfield as
so
the
on
starting
the Baker
quarterback of the
train, like,
Texans
yeah,
next
thingy-
season.
Free Baker. I'm
There
like,
was
what do you
a-
mean?
And it'd be
Colin
so
Howard.
fucking funny if it happens, because I know
When
Favor
Baker
hates him.
first joined the league, he was like the
Yeah, and I
biggest
hate him in
Baker
Texas
hater,
as
and
well.
everyone was getting on to
Because
him
he was
about it.
Oklahoma.
He was like, "Oh, look at him! He's not going to be good. He's not going to be a superstar in the league."
'Cause he's shit.
It
He
it,
was right.
it is. It's the
The
Browns.
thingy was-
It's
was
you know how
Colin
Killian
Howard.
said it's in the history of the Tottenham.
When
when
Baker
they
first
beat them.
joined the league, he was like
Yeah,
the
it's
biggest
history of
Baker
the
hater,
Browns.
and
They've
everyone was
had-
getting on to him
since,
about it. He was like, "Oh, look at him! He's not going to be good. He's not going to be a
They've
superstar
had
in the league."
32 starting quarterbacks.
That's
It-
not that, man. I mean, I'm
it
pretty
is-
sure.
it's
actually,
the
to be honest, I
Browns.
think the Jets
It's
have had less.
You know how
than
Killian
no,
said it's in the
definitely they've
history
had the
of the
most.
when
We're
they
trash.
beat them.
I think
Not
it's
anymore. We're making
Yeah,
all the
it's the
movements.
history of
See
the
all the
Browns.
moves
They've
we're
had
signing your
since
boys. Do you see that?
yeah, all
I
of
think for
all
the
of
last
the
40
free
years,
agents are going to
they've
the
had
Jets or the
32
Yeah,
Dolphins.
starting
your
quarterbacks.
boys are looking at the situation going, yeah,
We want to play under
San
Salah.
Francisco, New York. Yeah.
No, definitely. They've had the
Terrible.
most.
Miami as well. Bloody Mike
I think
McDaniels
it's-
is stealing everyone.
I mean, he's taking
Yeah.
most, which is like,
Yeah, all
so
of
important.
our free
I was
agents
like,
are going to
yay.
the Jets or the
I want
Dolphins.
him to come back to the night. No, he's going to Miami.
I think
We wanna
but
play under
the,
Salah.
who was it that we signed last night?
JJ Mc
Miami as well.
name.
Bloody Mike McDaniels is stealing everyone.
To be honest, I'm surprised more people don't go to Washington. Apparently, there's no state tax over there.
It's
So-
Washington.
Yeah, but like, for all these rich people that want to hide their money,
but
Yeah.
the best place to do it. And of course, there's no state
JJ
tax.
Mc
Like just clock DC,
fucking name.
the president. Of course, they don't want to be taxed. Cheeky buggers.
George Odom was a first-team All-Pro safety
It's Washington.
in 2020.
What does? Who? I don't know who he is.
The
Yeah.
one that we just signed.
Oh, he's shit. Still, it doesn't matter. He went for 10 million. I mean, you don't get good stuff for 10 million over 3 years. That's 3.3.
George
a
Odom
year.
was a first-team
My
All-Pro
God.
Who did
safety
we sign last night?
in
No one.
2020.
It was the Steelers player, the punt returner.
That
one
could
that we
even
just
worse. I
signed.
mean, why are you getting anyone from there? Like the only
Because
people you
he,
should
I
get
think
from there-
last season he had Ray McLeod. It was he was the highest. Oh, he had the most yards in punt returns in the league.
Who did we sign last night?
Which means we don't have to put Debo on punt
It
returns.
was the Steelers player.
But Debo's
the punt
kind of
returner.
cool at punt returns. What even is that? Oh, it's the frog lady.
Because he, I
Like,
think last
Oh, yeah.
season he had
Ray
McLeod. It
I
was.
was hoping
He had. He was the highest.
we move over.
Oh, he had the
We were
most
talking
yards
about
in
San
punt returns
Francisco,
in the
moved
league.
up from Santa Clara.
Which means we don't
back
have to
to
put
San
Debo on punt
Francisco
returns
to talk
anymore.
about the Golden State Warriors, and Steph Curry is out indefinitely.
Yeah, on a very iffy play by Marcus Smart.
Oh no.
I mean, whether
Um,
it's dirty or not.
I was
I
hoping
don't know,
NBA was going to
but
be
Smart has a
well, we
history
move
of
over. We were
these,
talking
like,
about San Francisco. We move up from
dirty
Santa
fouls,
Clara
yeah.
back
Well, not
to
dirty,
San
but
Francisco
situations that
to
can
talk
be
about the Golden.
interpreted as dirty anyway. So I was like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's nice. Oh my god, it's fucking awful, man. Just get them together. It's been what? It's chapter 348, and you still haven't given us. Oh my god, he's so annoying. I just want him to get the main guy and his crush together. My god.
Well, I'll give you the floor. The Knicks. Last
won
week
a
you were
game.
high. Now it's low.
I think we played Brooklyn in that time and lost. The coach is still shit. Imagine he called a timeout with 7 seconds to go, and his incredible idea was to get Fournier in the corner and get him to pass instead of going to like anyone else. Like, and now he's coming back for another season.
He doesn't want to get married ever.
He just fuck off. I don't want him there. I'm seeing people defend him, and I'm like, we've lost the most like late game situation. We're the worst team in the clutch. We should be like at least 5 wins ahead of what we actually are, based on our point differential. But this coach is so bad, and then people are like blaming the front office, but they're praising our players. Like all the draft, people are like, yeah, your draft picks were really good. I mean, free agency, yeah, maybe Kemba and flipping Fournier weren't the greatest of signings, but like, it's not like at the time loads of people were like, yeah, this is a bad signing. No, and it's up to the coach anyway to like fix the deficiencies, and he never did that. This donut went, oh, Kemba's really good. I'm gonna bench him now as well. So he played him, benched him, then played him again, then benched him again. Like, what is going on? And then people are like, oh, he wants his players to be accountable. It's a meritocracy. But the only time he played young players and we started actually picking up is when, we had a bunch of injuries because he overplays the veterans. I hate this coach, man. Pisses me off. He's so shit.
Playoffs start quite soon. I think the regular season ends on the 10th of April. At the moment, the East. Your Knicks are sitting 6.5 games back of the Nets in 8th. Ahead of you are the Wizards, Hawks, and Hornets. The Raptors sit in 7th, Cavs 6, Bulls 5, Celtics, Sixers, Bucks, and then the Heat are the number one.
Bucks Celtics should be fun. Or Bulls Celtics, sorry.
Yeah.
Because I want the Celtics to win that anyway.
Then in the West,
Huh?
in the West, the Blazers and the Spurs sit 8 games back behind the Clippers in 8th. The Pelicans are 6.5 games back on the Clippers.
This MK guy is so shameless. He asked if he can come on live now. Such a joke.
We're almost
No.
finished.
Yeah, we're almost ending. Like, always wrong with you.
Yeah, so the Lakers are sitting 5.5 game backs on the Clippers. Do you think the Lakers fight their way back?
No, I think they're shit. I think it'll be hilarious if they drop out. It'll just crack me up so much. You know, that's just my opinion. And plus, you know, I mean, yeah, longevity merchants. Retirement home.
For the rest of the West, the Clippers in 8th, Timberwolves in 7th, Nuggets 6th, Mavs, Jazz, Warriors in 3rd, Grizzlies in 2nd, and the Suns are the number 1
Oh,
seed.
that's what I wanted to say. The Mavs dunked on the Nets, and it was hilarious.
You're Dimwitty, right?
Yeah, I watched it. Durant went like 3 of 8 from the 4th. Like, don't be convinced by his late 3-pointer. He had that, but he jacked up a bunch of shots before that. And then Luka came up, they doubled him, he found the right pass, 3, bang, beautiful.
KD is possibly the funniest person.
He's so soft. He's actually so soft. It's so ridiculous. The guy said you need to take over, and he told him to shut up and sit down using more obscene language. Like, what's wrong with you, man?
It's so funny. March Madness happening at the moment. I don't think anyone cares. The brackets are quite funny. Finishing off for today, Aslam. We talked about I kind of talked about earlier. We're in the chat. Liverpool.
What?
17 games left in this season. Possibly 17 games left in this season. 71 days.
Yeah, it's not happening. But I want us to win one more. You know what? Yeah, this might sound bad. Out of the 3 trophies left, I want us to win the FA Cup most. Yes.
The Six Club hasn't won it yet.
Yeah, and then he's finished England before Pep Guardiola did. That'll be hilarious.
Fair enough.
Unless, and even if Pep wins it, then Klopp will have done it first. Literally.
Yeah.
That's what we like. Yes. But if we do it, then Klopp is greatest ever Premier League manager, and I will not hear a word against him.
17 games till immortality is what I will keep saying.
Until Sunday, when it'll be 16 games.
Yeah. And luckily there's like a 12-day gap between the FA Cup and the next Premier League game.
Yeah, Trent is definitely injured.
Do you know, I went through so much pain this morning when I saw that Klopp said that he was out for weeks. And then they were like, oh, it's just 3 weeks. And I was like, okay, he's definitely fucking...
Let me say my 2-piece on you. Like, no.
Tell him we're done.
Yeah, we're done. This is punishment. We finish.
Okay, if you do see this, then just write it down. Bring it on next week. We can have a whole MK section.
Do you want to? I don't want to. You won't even be here for that anyway.
Probably. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I know the streams have been quite short recently. We like to keep it short and sweet to keep you entertained.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hopefully my camera will work next time. It just died on me this time. But we will see you again next week with our fantasy NBA starting 5.
Oh, no.
That's gonna be fun.
I haven't even done my side. I just saw Christian's got way more players than me playing like practically every day, so I gave up.
Oh no, not the fantasy playoffs, isn't? I'm talking. You know how we did the football one this week, the movie TV show. We're gonna do NBA starting 5 next week.
Oh, good lord.
That's gonna be great.
I think a lot of my picks will just be the same.
I'm gonna play Lola Bunny. Distract your team. Specifically Lola Bunny from the first Space Jam, not the second Space Jam.
Oh, you guys talked about quadruple. I mean, briefly. I just said it's not happening. And I want the FA Cup. That's my favourite trophy ever.
Cool. Everyone, thank you again. We'll see you again very soon. And peace out.
Bye.
There you go.